Yo, boys, what is up? How are y'all doing today? We are back for another feedback stream. Let me turn this music down a little bit. This is the 11th feedback stream that we've ever done. I started naming them, or numbering them, recently. Let me turn my face cam on. How you doing? Yeah, this is the 11th feedback stream. I started numbering them. It's pretty much the same as usual. Nothing really different going on. If you want to submit to the feedback stream, go ahead and join the Discord, link in the description. Make sure to submit it to #feedbackstream. It's at the top of the server, can't miss it. We'll be going for an hour and 30 minutes, which means that we'll try to go through as many submissions as humanly possible until we hit 1 hour and 30 minutes. My apologies if I do get or do not get to yours. It does happen a lot, unfortunately. Yeah. This is for constructive criticism purposes only. So I'm not trying to roast your track. I'm just trying to help you improve it. Trying to make it a little bit better than I think than it is. You know the deal. We do the streams every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can submit your songs on Tuesdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time if you missed this one. With that being said, I believe we should start getting into the actual feedback stream. Alright, let's see. So who's up first? Where is it at? Oh, here we are. Okay. So, I'm gonna open a few of these up real quick. And then we'll get right started. Okay. Yeah, let me put the music back on. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Let's switch to feedback. Where's OBS? There you are. Feedback. Okay. Cooltransition.com. Okay, let me turn this off. So we got Psycho with My First Dubstep Track. This is a year old, so this is really your first dubstep track. That's crazy. Let me turn this up. Yo, my pajamas are in the back. That's funny. That's funny that you noticed. Yo! We got a donation. Let's fucking go. Throw me with a $3.99. Netty face reveal when. Yo, oh, dude, thank you so much, man. I don't know if I'm ready to do a face reveal just yet, man. I gotta be honest. It's real stressful having to think about showing my face in front of people on the internet. So, you know, I think I'll have to wait on that. But thank you for the donation, man. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's without further ado, let's get into your track, Psycho. Let's go. Okay, so I don't know if you want me to, like, feedback this, since this is, like, a year old, and, like, this is, like, your first time doing dubstep, so I'm sure you've improved massively since then. So I guess, like, here, Psycho, if you're in the chat, do you want me to, like, feedback this at all, or do you just want me to listen? Because I can do either. But, yeah, let's keep going for now. Oh, you do want feedback. Okay, so one little thing is you have like eighth note hi-hats and then like a triplet groove going on. So that's like with the basses, so it's clashing. So pick one or the other, and then you know, you can like have the actual groove that you need. And also the panning is a little weird. This is a really good, like, first dubstep attempt. Some of these, like, the basses are a little quieter than, like, the hi-hats, and, like, the hi-hats stand out, like, a lot because of it, and so, like, the balance between, like, your main basses and your hi-hats are just kind of a little bit weird. So you get too much high-end in the mix, so, you know, bring everything else up. Hard panning the master on the left. Yeah, that's a good idea. Everyone should do that. Dude, are you sure this is your first time ever making dubstep? Because this is, like, really good for being your first time making dubstep. There's also a lot of mud. Like, it's not, like, enough to the point where I'd say, like, cut everything out, but I would just say, like, having, like, an EQ to kind of, like, dip the mud a little bit, like the kind of, like, 200, 100-ish hertz range. Like, there's, like, a specific frequency that you'll see is, like, louder than the rest. Kind of make a little dip there, because it's, like, overpoweringly loud. Or, like, not overpoweringly, it's just, like, a little noticeably loud. Basking Ball Records. I agree. Guys, what's your dream label? Because I know mine is Monstercat. Like, I want to get on. I want to get on Monstercat one day. Yeah, dude, for your first dubstep track, this is insane. Like, this is really, really good. So yeah, just a little bit minor, like, EQing things, and, like, this is pretty solid. I don't have much feedback. Like, the mix is, it's not, it's like, okay, it works, yeah. Pretty effective. Dope drop, and yeah, not much to say about this one. So nice track. Let's go to the next one. All right, we got Furlight with Future Tear Out finished. Let's go. I hope one day I get on Disciple. It says Sharks. Nice little intro. Get some clipping on the left there, or something. Hold on. Yeah, right there. There's like a one little thing where it was clipping. This part could also use some ambience, I think. Like some pads, field recordings. This is fucking dope. Really nice chord stack. The one little, I don't know if I already said this just now, but like the transition between this part and like the chord stack part was really rough. I think you could do with some like taking some of the chords or like the lead or something and kind of filtering it in a little bit, and maybe also adding like a reverse crash into this section would be good, because then you're more expecting something big to happen rather than it just kind of happening. really fucking good. Dude, really awesome idea. Like, I really, really like that. Just one little thing I noticed is, like, in this first section of the drop, like, the second section is fine, but the first drop, it's, like, really busy. Like, you don't have any places where it's, like, it goes to, like, 0 volume, which it doesn't need to, but, like, just, like, it's just, like, constant kind of, like, at the same level, you know what I mean? Like, I guess it does kind of have its moments where it kind of dips down a little bit, but it's, like, really, hold on, this is my psychology homework, hold on. No, go away. So what I was trying to show you is, let's do the little thing, right, where we draw. So like this audio thing, like this is your kind of waveform, it's more like this, right? So there's like no gaps anywhere. Homework leaked, yes. So like, you have like this going on where there's like no gaps in the volume, but I think something that could do you well is you just have like this a little bit more, like you leave a little bit of space. Just like, it doesn't have to be all the way like this extreme, but just a little bit of spaces where it's just more empty, and then, you know, you're not constantly like at this high volume. And also this transition between drop and breakdown was kind of rough, so I try to kind of fix that as well. Kind of same techniques as here, but then like reversing it. What do we get if we do your homework? It was a screenshot of like one of the PowerPoint slides, because I was trying to like type it out later.
I'm walking all alone across these empty streets, and I can't seem to find someone that helps me out.
Okay, so one little thing I noticed is when the vocal came in, it was like a little bit thin because you only had one single layer of it. So something I could do is just record like several layers, like just keep like taking the same vocal recording, or like vocal, like just layer your vocal with like multiple takes. So you can do that with the same melody a few times, like harmonies, bass notes, whatever you want to do. And that way it'll sound much fuller, and you can also like pan them left and right and stuff to get a really wide stereo field. But yeah, the singing is really solid. I just wish it was like a little bit more pumped up, you know what I mean? That's fucking cool. Like granular. Whoa. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, another thing I noticed right here is like, so you had that section, but I thought it was a build-up for like, I like suspected that it was an actual drop until I was like halfway through it. So I don't know if that's a good thing necessarily, because like I wish there was like a little pause right here, like especially since you had the vocals, you could easily make use of that as like the pause. And then like, you know, you went into this section, but I genuinely thought it was still the build-up. And there might also be a little bit too much like distortion going on. I don't necessarily like want to say that there is too much, because you can never have too much these days, but especially since you have such a melodic track, I don't know how good of an idea it is to like distort it as much as it is, but it's completely up to you. That's just personal preference. But yeah. And then this pause was like, I think it was a little too sudden. Like, I know what you're going for there, but like at least add something there to kind of like try to get like some kind of transition going on, because it was just like non-existent, and it really like it was like too sudden. So yeah. Yeah, I know it's the point to distort it, but like, it might be too much for a melodic track. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, Furlight, this is a really sick track. I really like this. Send it to me if you like ever finish this, because I like it a lot. But I think you could use some work in like definitely certain areas, such as the transitions and like some of the arrangement. But yeah, I really like the concept of it. I like the idea that it's like future tear out, and that's pretty dope. So awesome track. Let's go to the next one. I just burped. All right, next up we got KINO with Clover. Let's go. Don't worry, guys. I got another burp coming up. It's brewing. Ooh. Okay, dude, this is really nice. I like the chords that you have going on, but one thing is, it sounds a little overcompressed. It sounds like you have like a reverb and then like an OTT after it or something. Kind of like, an exaggerated example, but like if you have like anything on the master such as an OTT or like compression of any kind, I would recommend taking it off. If you have like post-processing on stuff and there's like OTTs, maybe reduce them or just completely take them off, because I do think they're kind of like making the whole thing sound kind of like cluttered, if that makes sense. So like, especially with a song like this, you don't necessarily need so much compression. Yeah. Excuse me. This is really nice. Yeah, not much to say about that one. One little thing though. When the sidechain is like a little strong when you have like drum hits kind of hitting so close to each other, so you have like that boom 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 or whatever. So those kicks and snares are like eating up the song, kind of like using it for space. So you could probably I would just avoid using like drum patterns like that in general, because they'll just kind of naturally do that. They'll naturally take up that space. But maybe try to like experiment with the sidechain, maybe like take it off for like certain kick hits, and then like don't have the sub playing for that time, or you could like not sidechain everything else, but you do sidechain the sub or something for certain hits. It's up to you. You can get creative with it, but yeah, I do think the sidechain is a little weird and like too strong in some spots. I also don't think that snare is in key. I think it's like a semitone above like what it would be if it was like in key. And also, like, one little thing is, like, it's, like, kind of, like... It kind of sounds like you're trying to go for, like, melodic here, but it's, like... you have such a, like, kind of like a tear out bass, and so, like, it's, like, stuck in between, like, kind of a realm of tear out and, you know, like, future rhythm or melodic rhythm, whatever this is, so kind of like future tear out, you know? Yeah. So I would try to kind of like pick one or the other, like either go full tear out or full melodic kind of. That might be cool. I think it's just like the fact that you have like arps and stuff in the background layered over top of it that kind of make me feel like it should be melodic, but it's not. You know what I mean? Oh, you were going for that future tear out vibe, and then yeah, I would try to kind of like get that main bass thing in key and like kind of put it right on the root note or whatever. I wouldn't really sidechain the clap there. It's like just a minor little thing, but I wouldn't really sidechain it there. And also the kick is a little weird. It sounds like it has some kind of reverb on it or something. But I like the idea of the break. It's quite nice. Nice. So yeah, that was, I think this part is like a much better like future tear out kind of thing. Like the execution of like the main basses was a little better than the second drop in my opinion. But one little thing I noticed is it also kind of sounds a little messy, like overcompressed kind of sound. So I would just like, you know, any compression that you have, any limiter or something like that you have, just take it off. Like I don't think you need it. And like if what it's doing is it's just cluttering it up. Something that might also help is like if you have like longer reverbs, just take those off as well because they're kind of filling in empty space. That is like, you know, unnecessary. Like it's filling in empty space that doesn't really need to be filled necessarily. So yeah. Yeah. Let's keep going. So yeah, dude, I like this track a lot. I think the idea of it was really sick. Just the mix down and like the yeah, like the overall kind of execution of it, I think could be a little bit better. But yeah, a dope track. Let's go to the next one. Let me get a batch of the next few ones. Let me switch the face cam real quick. All right, here we go. That's 1, 2, 3. 4, I think. I don't know what count we're on here. Okay, that should be enough for a second. Yeah, okay. So, feedback. Okay. So, up next we have Spooky G with Classified Riffs. Let's go. Oh, we got a little description. Hold on. Can you guys see it? Yeah, you can. Hi, Nettie. My cousin introduced me to your streams and your awesome community and Discord. I know this isn't exactly the type of music you specialize in, but I thought that you might be able to help out with some tips for mixing it properly. This is just a basic idea for a song that me and my band are writing at the moment. The drums are programmed. Thank you very much. Dude, awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Let's go. So one little thing is like, I think it could do with some like progression of like, you know, your synths or well, guitars in this case. I guess you could probably like bring in what you had here, like kind of like just slide that over so you like it starts earlier, because we're like 28 seconds in and we've only just had that like first loop. So I would recommend doing that. Maybe you could add some like rides or something, like some subtle ones. Dude, that's dope. One little thing though is, so notice how much low end you have here, like, you know, like bass end. Which like, you know, it's like really like solid there, but then like as soon as the drop hits, you lose all that. So what you can do, you can take a EQ or like an auto filter if you have Ableton, and then do a high pass, and then like kind of just bring that up to like maybe like 1K before the drop hits, and then when it actually hits, you bring in a little more sub, kind of get the bass guitar person to play a little louder, and then or like just turn up the volume, of course. I think the whole thing is just missing some sub. So yeah, I really like the idea of it. Like the chords are really nice. I like the composition of it, but just like I think the mix could definitely use some work. So also one thing I'm noticing is it sounds like you have some sort of like sidechain on your like cymbals, like your drum kit. Like it sounds like it's on the kick or something, but it's like I don't think that's a good idea for like this kind of genre of music, because like that doesn't naturally happen if you're playing like a drum set. So it sounds a little weird. Yeah. And one other thing is like you have that choir coming in, which is like a little too loud, I think. That could only really work, I think, if you have like a louder mix and like you just kind of put this in the background subtly to kind of layer it progressively. But yeah. That was Spooky G. Very nice submission. Thank you for the kind words in the description. Really appreciate it. And let's go to the next one. All right. Up next, we got Chronomical. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. We got Hertz Clip. Let's go. Whoa, that was loud. Hold on, let me turn that down a little bit. Oh, Chronomical. My bad, I think. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, holy fuck. So that was insane. One little thing is like you have these lasers which like are like really loud kind of, and like because they're like, you know, sine waves that go down in pitch, like I think you could probably take out some high end, and like the whole thing just has like a lot of high end that I don't think is necessary really. So I would just kind of lower that a little bit, like a few dBs, so that it like because it kind of hurts like how loud it is. So I would recommend kind of tuning that down. But the overall like drop is fucking sick. One little thing is like this part played like the part with like the quarter notes. I like that a lot more because it's like it was like, you know, separated notes. So let me once again whip out the snipping tool, take a little screenshot. This thing, like the classic, you know. So this is this is kind of what you're doing right now, which I like personally. That's like what I'm into. But like the rest was just like kind of like a brick wall of sound, you know. Like the rest was like, you know, filled in to the brim with sound. I wish you would have like sections where you give the ears a little bit of a break, and you give them some silence, because otherwise you're just constantly listening to noise. But yeah, the sound design is sick. I really like that. Let's keep going. Yeah, dynamics. Exactly. You're only 15? That's fucking crazy. So yeah, sorry for mispronouncing your name. I definitely said that wrong like multiple times. But dude, this is a really sick track. If you're like actually 15, that would be insane, because this is like god tier like dubstep right here. But yeah, awesome track. Let's go to the next one. All right, we got Japanese with Embark, pre-Nendi feedback. Let's go. Wow, he's actually 15. That's insane. I think you could reverb that lead out a little bit less, and it also is just like a straight, yo! We got a fucking super sticker from Bob Almighty, dude, with the $1. Let's go. Thank you so much, bro. Really appreciate it. I love the poop emoji. That's great. Thank you so much, bro. Really appreciate it. But yeah, like I was saying, is the lead, it just sounds like a square wave, right? And like everyone, well, I'm assuming most people know what there it is. I'm assuming most people know what a square wave sounds like. So I would recommend just kind of like doing something to it to kind of make it sound a little bit more like interesting and different. So you could just slap some effects on it, like just go crazy with it, like try to make it sound different in some way. That's my recommendation for you. Oh, this is cool. Dude, that's dope. One little thing is like I wasn't expecting it to like go the cute route, if you know what I mean, like the kind of like, you know, fun, you know, you know what I mean. Like this has like a more distinct vibe from this. This sounded really like you were setting up something to be like really huge sounding, because of those chord stacks. So, what you could do is just have like. Look up Tokyo Machine. I don't know if you listen to him at all, but like he does this really well. Like he'll go from whatever he's doing in the intro into like a drop that sounds kind of something like with this vibe, but then like, you know, bass house, of course. So I would just kind of look into how he would structure something like this, and then like yeah, kind of see what he does, because I'm not sure the chord stacks in this situation work all that well. But yeah, let's keep going. I think the kick could be a little bit louder or like a little bit punchier. Like the kick selection is good, but I think like the it just needs to be a little bit louder. Like something isn't punching quite right. And the first hit of this, I think something was going on with the kick that it didn't quite sound. Like it sounded like it had like a fade in or something. So yeah, it's just a small little thing. So yeah, dude, I like the composition of this a lot. Like, it's really sick. I like the drops as well. They're really nice. So yeah, I would just kind of try to make your drums punch a little harder, like just a little bit. The chords are awesome. I like the vibes of it a lot. This intro I think was a little bit long, like a little bit on the long side. You could probably make that maybe shorter. Consider it. Doesn't have to be shorter, but you know, maybe think about it. Build up's good, I think. So yeah. Let's just go to the next track. A very nice track. Okay. Up next we got Sport Mode with Future Ass V10. Let's go. The orchestra seems to be like panned to the left, like the violins and stuff. Definitely bring that to the center, and also like it doesn't really sound as full as it could. Probably because of the panning, but like also just try to kind of add some more layers if you really want to like beefing this up a little bit. Speak Dutch again? Nay. That vocal is really quiet. Like, vocals should be at the front of your mix, right? So, having them be so like backgroundy is not ideal at all. So definitely, you can easily raise that like 5 decibels, maybe even more. I don't know the exact measurements, but just kind of raise it so it sounds like it's in the front. And you could also remove some reverb, I think. Okay, so this something is like EQ'd a little weird. Like I don't know what it is, but there's like something on like the chord stack or like whatever the chord stack, like it sounds like you're taking out a bunch of frequencies, which is less than ideal. It doesn't really hit all that hard at all because you're taking out so many frequencies. I think that's what's going on, but I could be wrong. I would just recommend, like, if you do have an EQ, just take it off. Or what you could do is keep adding more layers. So just like you could easily just add just open up a serum, just add like a superstar, like, you know, the standard OTT superstar. Just add that in, and then, you know, layer it with the same chord layers, and it'll already sound like a lot better, I think. I like the chords though. The vocal sounds much better here. I don't know what happened between the first and second part of this. It's still a little quiet though, but yeah. So one little thing I'm looking for right now is like some more cymbals, kind of, because it doesn't sound like you have a lot of cymbals going on. So like stuff like crashes, like don't overdo it, but like add just like simple crashes, kind of scattered all over the place. I shouldn't really say that. Just add like maybe like some rides just on the kick, and then kind of like having them fade out before, like a little bit before the next kick hits, if that makes sense. So let's just whip out the snipping tool because it's much easier to demonstrate that way. So like, you know, you have your kick here. This is like your kick, right? That kind of looks like a kick. Just imagine that's a kick, and then just have like a crash, like here. Let's label this kick. Crash. Okay, there we go. Just have it like, kind of like this. And then like add like a fade out like this. I don't know how the fade outs look, so I'm kind of butchering this, but you know what I mean, like kind of fade it out, and then like the next kick would hit kind of here ish. Like that. And then you kind of have some empty space here between this crash hit and this kick hit. So make sure to do that. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. So okay, just making sure you actually saw that. There we go. Yeah, so definitely add some cymbals. This chord stack sounds better than the first one, I think. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know what happened between this chord stack and this one, but this one, the second one sounds a lot better. A lot more full. One other little thing is like it does get like a little bit repetitive to have this long of a drop. Like if you want to have like, I'm pretty sure this is 30 bars, if 32 bars. If you want to have a 32 bar drop, you need to have like a major switch up in the second half for it to really not get boring to listen to. So I would definitely recommend doing some kind of switch up. So yeah, dude, nice track. I like the chords. I like the idea of it, but yeah, just some mixing adjustments could definitely make this track a lot more powerful and feel a lot more clean. So yeah, dope track. Let's go to the next one. All right, we got Chuck with Bass Theory. Let's go. No, I'm not 15. I'm 17 years old at the time of streaming. I think that the respace that you have in the background going on could be a little bit louder. Like you could probably saturate it. I said bass theory. I meant brass theory, bro. I'm sorry. Brass theory. I should have known. So sorry. Grief.
This is brass theory.
I think the drums might be like disproportionately loud to like your. I think your drums might be disproportionately loud to your instruments. So I would just bring every instrument that you have kind of up to the point where like at least have the sub be like at the same volume as your kick, because it definitely doesn't sound quite balanced. So one little thing is, like, on the kick, you don't have like a crash or like a cymbal or whatever you're using that you do have on the snare, or like in between at least. So like I would definitely add like some sort of cymbal on the kick, and then like that way the drums just punch a little bit better. And like one other thing is like right here you have like several things going on, which I don't know what to listen to. So you have like the main, you know, the really fast like da 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 thing, but then you also have like a quarter note thing in the back, but they're like both equally balanced, you know what I mean, like volume wise. So you don't necessarily want that. You want to kind of have one single focus on your track, so make sure to kind of pick one or the other. I would probably go for the faster rhythmed one. So yeah, definitely do something about that. Excuse me. Bruh. And one other little thing, like the brass one shots they have are like really reverbed out. They don't feel like they're in the front at all. So I don't know many songs